If you want to see me swatch the Live in Color 25L by Morphe, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène with another video, and I am going to be swatching the 25L, which is the Living in Color palette from Morphe. As you can tell by the rainbow, this palette was released in the month of June, and the net proceeds of the palette went to the Trevor Project. And this ended up being a second palette that I put in my cart after choosing to take the 39S for a spin, which is the Such a Gem palette also from Morphe. Let me show you that palette just for quick reference. And so this is the 39S, a lot of blues and pinks and purples. And this one is a little bit different in that it has, yes, some blues and pinks and purples, but quite a bit on the yellow side as well. So I feel like the top corner here would be like the 39S, and then everything around it will be quite different. Now, why did I end up getting the 25L? Well, I did like the fact that the net proceeds went to the Trevor Project, and I did want to get free shipping, so for me it was like a win-win situation there. I do, though, have another rainbow palette from Morphe, which is the 35B, and I was considering depotting it, but I changed my mind. Let me just show you the palette. This is what it looks like. I realized, pardon me, here we go, that's better without the glare. I just decided that I was going to keep this palette intact because it is in plastic, and I do tend to use those very, very bright colors for Halloween or special effects looks, which also means that I tend to use it with other people. And I do like the fact that this is kind of water resistant, right, the cover and whatnot, and just more able to handle rough and tumble type stuff. And so I decided not to depot it because if you've had experience depotting, single shadows are more vulnerable than when they stay in the palettes. And so I would prefer to keep shadows that I can use for multiple purposes, not just for my own eyes, in a more practical kind of packaging that can handle getting bumped around. This one, however, is going to be depotted. First off, it's in cardboard, it's a lot easier to depot. And then the second thing is that when I looked at reviews of this, 16 of the shadows in here are also in the 35B. So I'm going to be familiar with the colors and use them more as singles as well as in the palette that is the 35B. Some duplication, yes, but for my purposes, I feel like it's perfectly fine and it's good, and I won't be worried about mucking about in the 35B shadows again for multiple purposes, and these will stay purely for eyeshadow purposes. So I hope that makes sense. I also like on this palette that the names are under the various shadows. That makes my heart very, very happy, and in a way it's too bad that I'm going to be depotting this, but to me that is what makes the most sense. So, and of course, given that this is a Pride palette, all of the names are very much related to Pride, are Pride related, I guess is what I'll say. So let's swatch these puppies, and there are 25, and I think I can get through them all without having to wash my forearms, so we will see how that goes. So it's gonna be 13 on one arm and 12 on the other, because I can do math. All right, let's go into it. Oh, and just a few more things about this palette that I found really interesting. It has shimmers, which the 35B does not, and it has a true white and a true black. And that is exciting because you can really modify the colors with those two as a base or mixed with a color. It gives you more options. And this palette really addressed my desire for the Take Me Back to Brazil by BH Cosmetics. So I actually think that I'm happier with this palette than I would have been with the other one because of the rectangular pans. I've talked enough, let's get to swatching. I'm going to swatch every 4 colors is what I'm going to swatch. So let's get started. Okay, so we have Milk and Pride and Heart, and finally 1978. There's a first swipe. I'll go over all 4 of those. And I didn't show you the last time. This is what it looks like on my fingers. And there we go. Very hard to see the white on there. Pride. So that was Milk, Pride, Heart, and 1978. I really like that one, but I'm a sucker for purplish, pink, lavender type colors. So there are the first 4. All right, the next 4, I have Liberation, which is a sparkly white. Oh, no, it's got more to it. That makes me think of a Cliona Aftershock highlighter, actually. So Liberation, Stonewall, which is kind of a goldy shimmer, and Culture, which is kind of a peach, and Love Wins, right in the middle of the second row. So this is what I'm doing here. So you got Liberation, and then these 4 right here. All right, let's take a look at this one. It looks really interesting. Okay, and that was, yeah, Liberation. Stonewall is next. Stonewall is a community not far outside my city, so that is easy to remember. Culture is next. And Love Wins, hashtag Love Wins, I should say. Okay, so we'll build these up a second time, and I'm going to scoot forward. So one more time on these. There we go. So this is a shimmery white with lime green underneath. This is Stonewall, Culture, and hashtag Love Wins. Very similar. These 2 are very similar to some colors in the 39S, Such a Gem. We have got some deep colors coming up. Let me show you. So we finished at Love Wins right here, and now we're going to these 2 and these 2. Actually, I'm actually thinking I'm going to do these 2 and these 2. That makes more sense to me. So let's do that. We're gonna zigzag the other way. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at the color. My goodness. I will show you in just a second. Okay, you tell me this is not vibrant. My goodness. Okay, there we go. SF. Rise. Oh, Rise Up. This next one is Harmony. Those blues are just extra. And the next one is Truth. Very good name for this color. I like the name on this color. They almost don't need a second swatch, do they? Holy cow. Let's do it again just because that's what I'm doing for every color, but wow, these are beautiful. Okay, SF. Rise Up. Oh, I love that color. Harmony. And Truth. These are just beautiful. I'm definitely partial to the second half of this arm, but these will be quite pretty on the eye as well, and I'm quite intrigued by the lime in this one. Okay, let's clean off the hand and get the other forearm going. Okay, this is the next set of colors, and let's get right into it. We have Sexuality. Wow. Life. Sunlight. Ah. And Healing. I think I'm only going to double swipe the yellow and the gold. Okay, so here we go. The yellow and the gold. Yeah, these two are so deep already. Good, okay, so that's a good start for the first four, and still quite a stain on the hands, that's for sure. And we are headed into greens and blues now. This is the next four. We have Activism, Make Magic. These are nice and light. Peace, this should be vibrant. Oh yeah, I can feel it already. And the next one is Gilbert. We'll definitely be going over those. Okay, again, Activism, Make Magic, Peace, oh, and Gilbert. Definitely better on the second swipe, huh? Okay, how much arm do I have left? We have 5 more. I think we can make it fit. And the last 5, we've got yellow, green, turquoise, and that black that I talked about at the very beginning. We will make it work. Thrive. It's a nice kind of mustardy yellow. Nature. Oh, I love that one. Art. That is a very interesting color. So let's do those 3 again, and then we'll get to the last 2. Thrive. So nice. You see these 2 together? Beautiful. Nature. Art. And we get to do the last 2. I have room. So we just did these 3, and we're going to go to the last 2. And sorry, I didn't show you all the other ones I was swatching in between there, but we just have these 2 deep ones to do, and then we'll be done. So we have Parade and NYC. How fitting. Parade and NYC. Is that right? Yeah. Parade and NYC. I don't think those need a second swipe. Okay, so here we go. This is the, this is the whole 25L, all swatched. I really have to say that on that side is my favorite of the whole swatching. The colors are so vibrant. but I have to admit I am liking green in this palette. These two are absolute bomb, and I always love yellows. I'm going to love that red. Pink is no question. This blue has my attention. This blue has my attention. This is a gorgeous outer corner purple, and I'm really intrigued by this one as well. So really nice, nice colors. I am really looking forward to using these colors. Now I'm going to wipe my fingers and do a wipe test for you so we can see how they perform, what the staying power is. And that wipe test is well, the first time I've ever seen the wipe test was from Jen Love's reviews, and she just takes a towel. In this case, I'm going to use a hand towel and just see by wiping my arm what the staying power of the shadows are. So I'm going to use this, and I have to say I am expecting, because of the depth of the colors, I'm expecting the staying power to be really good. So let's try out this arm first. I'm expecting these at the end to be really well performing. Let's see. And the orange too, I think will do well. Yeah, pretty much. They're doing okay. So the bells are definitely, the bells of the ball are definitely the orange, the fuchsia, and the deep purple. I'm really going to town, and they are really staying quite well. All right, the other arm. What are my predictions? These two are going to do really well. This one might. These two and that one, I think, are the ones that are going to make it. Let's see. Oh, the yellow is doing really well. Okay, so let's wipe some more. Yeah, geez, the vibrant colors are doing so well. Yeah, this palette definitely has some staying power. I'm pretty happy with that. I think I have to say that I'm more impressed with this palette than I thought I was, and I do have the vivid pigments from Colored Rain for primary colors. I may very well keep this palette intact for quite a while. I thought I was going to depot it really soon, but there are a number of very unique shades in here, and I think that I want to use the palette as is, probably for a brand new focus. I'm taken aback in a good way by this palette, and like, I mean, there are a number of them. These two greens really blew my mind. They're beautiful. This mustardy, kind of between a canary yellow and a mustard yellow, is beautiful. There are a number of them. The deep bluish purples really got my attention. I'm really impressed. For the price of the palette, I'm really impressed. I really feel like Morphe stepped up their game with this one. I'm usually okay with Morphe shadows. I'm not one to poo-poo their shadows. It is hit and miss. Sometimes you get really good ones, and sometimes you don't get great ones. But they're about $1 a piece. I mean, it's so cheap. I am really impressed by what I see in here, and I really want to explore this palette a little bit more. I did not expect this, so yeah, I would call this a very successful swatching video, for my purposes anyway. I hope you found some of the swatching useful, and my commentary, of course. If not, just at least entertaining. I do thank you for your time. I appreciate you watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.